Ever wondered why your cat insists on sleeping right on your chest, day after day, night after night? Maybe you think this behavior is cute, routine, or even a little annoying. But what if I told you that behind this seemingly mundane gesture lies a deep, almost inexhaustible mystery and a silent mission? What if sleeping there, right in the center of your body, isn't just about comfort, but about something that transcends logic, an invisible pact, a secret call between your heart and the universe of an enigmatic being that lives in your home? Have you ever stopped to consider that possibility? Perhaps you've never looked into your cat's eyes and felt a chill down your spine as you realized, even for an instant, the presence of something greater, something that observes and chooses us. Because there's a simple, yet inescapable question. Why do these beings, who seemed like gods to the ancient Egyptians and are now memed as couch potatoes, choose, precisely in the moments when you most need it, to rest softly on your chest? What do they feel, see, or know that we still don't understand? And what if by opening your heart to this mystery, you also opened a door to understanding a forgotten part of yourself? Because believe me, there's a hidden truth behind this behavior, and only the most observant can shed light on it. Before we dive deep into this journey, and get ready, because what you're about to hear is rare, almost forbidden, how about helping me bring this knowledge to more people? Like this video now, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, because the more curious and conscious people we have here, the closer we'll get to the answers no one has dared to seek. Now, take a deep breath, look at your cat again, and come with me to discover why they do what they do. And get ready. You might never look at your feline with the same eyes again. Imagine an invisible world, a subtle energy field that pulses around you all the time. You feel it, but you rarely notice it. And in this world, creatures with unique gifts move, capable of seeing beyond the veils of what we call reality. This is the universe of cats, and the truth is, they aren't just domestic companions, they are energetic scanners, true living sensors, silent, humble, and profoundly powerful. While you think they're just seeking warmth or affection, cats, for millennia, have played a much more complex and mysterious role, that of guardians of your energy field. They are the doctors of the invisible, specialists in diagnosing imbalances, reading hidden emotions, and even anticipating illnesses before any medical exam. Their brains, heart, and especially their senses, smell, hearing, taste, function as antennas that pick up frequencies we can't even imagine. Does it sound too fantastic? Well, let me tell you more. There's a layer of reality that most people ignore, but which, for cats, is absolutely tangible. They feel your body's energy changing with your mood, your pains, your fears, your hopes. Who hasn't seen a cat approach almost instantly when you're sad or sick? Who hasn't noticed their fixed, translucent gaze, contemplating emptiness or chasing nothing, as if they see something our eyes are unable to perceive? The hidden truth, my friends, is both unsettling and liberating. Your cat is a channel between worlds. They are here not just to keep you company, but to act as a filter, a rebalancer, a silent healer. Ready to go further with me? There is an ancient teaching that says cats know what we carry, even what we hide from ourselves. This wisdom has been whispered through generations, suggesting that if we are open, we can access hidden miracles. And it all begins with the simple gesture of a cat lying on your heart. Now think, is it really a coincidence? Or has our common sense been conditioned for centuries to ignore messages that are literally in our laps since the dawn of civilization? By now, you might be asking yourself, where does this story come from? Is there any basis for such a claim? It's time to go even deeper, crossing the boundaries of the ordinary to find support in someone who dedicated his life to uncovering secrets that defy logic. Edgar Cayce, the greatest American psychic of the 20th century, also known as the Sleeping Prophet. Cayce performed thousands of readings in a deep trance, accessing information from the so-called Akashic Record, a kind of cosmic database where the entire history of the soul and humanity is said to be recorded. In these altered states, Cayce repeatedly described cats as guardians of human vibrations, beings capable of absorbing dense energies, transmuting them, and, in many cases, returning harmony to the environment and their guardians. According to Cayce, cats are not just sensitive, they are sensorial on a plane above ours. They perceive invisible ailments, feel mental and spiritual exhaustion, and can choose to rest on areas of the body where there are energetic blockages, facilitating processes of cleansing and healing. Imagine you're lying down, tired, your chest heavy with worries. Your cat jumps up, lies down exactly there, purrs softly, its eyes half closed. Cayce said that, at that moment, there is a subtle transfer of energy. It removes, dissolves, and transmutes negative patterns, restoring balance, without you even being consciously aware of it. And that's not all. Cayce reported that cats act as messengers from the unconscious to the conscious. Pay attention to what you feel or dream on nights, when your cat rests on your chest. Often, hidden answers and mysterious insights can emerge. Cats, he said, are bridges between the visible and the invisible, silent caretakers of what humans refuse to see. With this backing, it's clear, what seemed like mere folklore or superstition is given substance by one of the greatest esoteric authorities in the West. Your cat, by lying on you, is performing a timeless act of healing, and only observant people recognize it. Knowing this, what would your life be like if you started to truly listen to what this feline guardian tries to communicate every day? How many opportunities for healing, understanding, and self-knowledge have gone unnoticed simply because we fail to see the invisible? Now close your eyes for a moment and imagine the great pyramids of Egypt, bathed in ancient sun. Hear the chants of priests echoing through temple corridors, and let the scent of incense mix with the warm desert wind. At the center of this enigmatic civilization, there is a constant presence. Cats, revered, deified, elevated to the status of demigods. Why, among so many creatures, was the cat so special to the Egyptians? It wasn't just for hunting mice or their elegance, it was for their supernatural aura. Egyptian legends say that cats guided souls between this world and the next, protecting their owners from negative entities during sleep, and even during the process of death and rebirth. Bastet, the cat goddess, presided over fertility, vigor, and above all, the mystical protection of homes. In tombs, on walls, in statues, cats symbolized living portals. Priests and pharaohs cultivated coexistence with cats, certain that they expanded the magnetic field of sacred environments, making temples shortcuts between the earthly world and higher dimensions. There are reports that, during rituals, cats were placed on specific parts of the bodies of sick people, a sacred medicine based on the belief that only they could channel cosmic flows to restore vitality. And this veneration was not limited to Egypt. In Eastern civilizations, especially in Japan and China, cats were seen as spiritual protectors, capable of warding off malevolent energies and bringing prosperity. In Celtic tales, they appear as companions to wizards and fey beings, crossing the portals of time as messengers of the gods. Ancient spirituality wove stories where the cat was both the shield and the mirror of a human being's most secret desires. How many times have you had the impression that, in the darkest moments, your cat starts to stare at a point in nothingness, as if fighting an invisible battle? And what if, in that instant, it was defending you from something your eyes can't see? And what if, by curling up on your chest, it was sealing you, protecting you, shielding your energy field from dangers that lurk on the threshold of consciousness? This vision, for many, is an invitation to the absurd. But for those who have felt the inexplicable, for those who have realized that life is more than routine and matter, your cat, right now, yes, that companion who curls up on your chest on lonely nights, may be the silent envoy of the collective unconscious, the missing link between the human and the eternal. By becoming aware of this mystical lineage, you join a current of wisdom that spans millennia. The ancients knew what modern science is only beginning to intuit. Cats do not belong to this world, but they chose it as their mission, and their subtle actions, like sleeping on your chest, carry a whole history of healing, protection, and evolution. Now, I want you to pause and look at your cat again. Feel the weight of ancestry, the reverence, the mystery. What could it be thinking as it rests in absolute silence on your heart? And what if, in fact, it is processing centuries of wisdom, acting on your destiny, promoting a spiritual reprogramming that transcends everything you've ever imagined? Leave your experience and the feeling you had upon hearing these revelations in the comments. Each account is a piece of a cosmic puzzle that we are putting together. And if you're enjoying this dive into the invisible world of felines, don't forget to like and show that you're one of the restless who don't accept easy answers. Because deep down, your cat was never just a cat. It's a millennial guardian, and now you're starting to know why. If your cat is lying on you, observing you in silence, purring frequently, and often repeating this behavior on the same spots of your body, it's not a coincidence. There's a hidden code in this gesture, a pattern, a language between souls that happens in silence, and it's tremendously intelligent. Now, imagine your body not just as a structure of muscles, bones, and skin, but as an energetic map. A complex system of energy centers, the famous chakras, that vibrate differently according to your thoughts, emotions, and spiritual state. Well, cats know how to read this map as if they were born to do it. Many people report that their cats like to sleep on their chests. Others notice that they prefer to stay on their stomachs. Some insist on lying on their legs or feet. What does this mean? Each of these body areas is directly linked to an energy center, and the cat, intuitively, chooses where to act. Let's start with the chest, perhaps the most common place where a cat decides to rest. This is the home of the heart chakra, responsible for emotions like love, empathy, and connection with others. If you're going through a phase of emotional hurt, deep sadness, or even stress from an excess of emotional responsibilities, your cat will be drawn to this area. It feels the blockage, and it seeks to relieve this silent pressure with its own frequency. Now think about the belly, where the solar plexus and sacral chakras are. Here resides self-esteem, self-expression, creativity, and sexuality. A cat that rests on your belly is, without you realizing it, bringing stability to your emotional field, rebalancing states of anxiety, insecurity, or a sense of being lost. And the feet? Many people don't understand why cats like to lie on feet, especially when we're lying down. But on an energetic level, it makes perfect sense. Our feet are what connect us to the earth. They are related to the root chakra, the one that governs survival, a sense of belonging, the connection to the physical body. When a cat snuggles there, it is literally recharging your foundations, working on your sense of security and grounding, especially after traumas, scares, or periods of instability. And there's more. Cats that climb onto your head, shoulders, or just insist on sleeping next to your face are touching energetic areas linked to the intuitive mind. Here we are talking about the frontal and crown chakras, connection with the divine, with the higher self, with thoughts, insights, and spiritual memories. Do you see the logic? Each choice your cat makes is a precise action, an invisible type of vibrational acupuncture, but instead of needles, it uses its purr. Yes, the famous purr isn't just a pleasant sound, it's a healing frequency. Studies have even indicated that cats purr between 25 and 150 hertz, a range that coincides with the frequencies used in medicine to regenerate tissues, heal muscles, and bones. Did you get that? Your cat, when it lies on a sore part of your body and purrs, is literally emitting a healing vibration, so powerful that the human body and even bone structures respond with regeneration. But it's not just physical. This vibration impacts the emotional field and the spiritual body. It penetrates subtle layers, working on accumulated hurts, repressed memories, or even traces of energy inherited from traumatic situations. Cats don't just feel you, they feel what you carry and refuse to feel. A cat heals because it accepts. It overflows with spiritual intelligence because it doesn't judge. It just reads the field, recognizes what is out of alignment, and acts silently. And maybe that's exactly why they are such a profound and necessary mystery. You might be wondering, could all this be fantasy? Are feelings, vibrations, and energy fields just speculation? This is where science, yes, traditional science, begins to offer interesting and sometimes even shocking clues. Let's go back to the phenomenon of purring. In 2001, research conducted by Elizabeth von Muggenthaler, a bioacoustic specialist, caused a stir among scientists by pointing out that purring occurs at a sound vibrational frequency of 25 to 50 hertz, exactly a range recognized by physical therapy as a promoter of bone and muscle regeneration. That's right. Hospitals and clinics have been using machines that emit low-frequency waves close to these for decades to help heal fractures and tissues. Now connect the dots. When your cat lies on you and starts to purr, it may be stimulating the recovery of your body tissue, relieving muscle aches, and even reducing internal inflammation. More than that, the simple sound of purring has been associated with a reduction in stress and blood pressure in humans. Environments with cats are, demonstrably, more calming. Experts suggest that their owners have a lower risk of cardiovascular diseases. Coincidence? Or is it evidence that the vibrational field of these animals directly impacts our nervous system? But it goes beyond biology. In recent studies of neuroscience applied to consciousness, there are new theories that talk about human biophysical fields, also called the bioenergetic field. They show that the body emits frequencies detectable by sensors, changing according to emotions, thoughts, and overall health. And who has an absurd sensitivity to these variations? Yes, animals, especially cats. In addition, reports of unusual behavior in cats before natural disasters like earthquakes or tsunamis have been cataloged for decades. Sensitive to electromagnetic changes, natural barometers, they invisibly perceive what's to come. This also applies to the emotional field. How many times have you seen your cat watch you intently before you realized you were feeling bad, or follow you for no apparent reason, as if it sensed something beyond your conscious reach? You can call this intuition, or feline psychometry. The name doesn't matter. What matters is that thousands of reports, combined with the partial resonance of science, point to a disconcerting fact. Cats are sensory instruments of a level that we still don't fully understand. They are spiritual equipment with native software, and contrary to what we've been taught, they aren't just for decorating the house. They are spontaneous therapists, spiritual engineers, and perhaps even interdimensional messengers. And you know what the best part is? They do all this without expecting anything in return except that you accept them with respect. Because while you only see fur and paws, the cat is seeing all of you, inside and out. Now maybe you're thinking, all this is beautiful, profound, poetic, but are these cures real? Has anyone ever experienced something like this? The answer is yes, and the stories, honestly, are chilling. Let's start with the story of Claudia from Curitiba. She says that for weeks she felt a heaviness in her chest. Anguish, fatigue, that feeling that something wasn't right. She didn't pay attention to it until her cat Nilo started to lie exclusively on the left side of her chest. He had never done that before. Irrepressible, he would purr night after night in that same spot until, bothered by his persistence, Claudia decided to get a checkup. The diagnosis? An early-stage tumor in her left lung. It was removed in time. The doctor said, "You almost lost your chance." She cries every time she tells the story. If it weren't for Nilo, I wouldn't have gone to the doctor. I only went because he seemed to know. An absurd story? Let's move on to another one. Fernando from the interior of São Paulo says that his cat always slept outside the room, but on the night he lost his father, the cat came in, climbed onto the bed, and lay down on his heart. That night, he had a vivid dream where his father was saying goodbye, and the cat literally cried at dawn. He never slept there again. It was just one night. He knew. And do you know about Oscar, the celebrity cat at a nursing home in the United States? Oscar lives in a rest home for terminally ill elderly people, and something inexplicable started to happen. Every time Oscar lay down next to a patient, that person would die within 24 hours. The staff started to notice the pattern. They documented it. Doctors were stunned, and theorists called it perception of the soul about to depart. Coincidence, or sensitivity beyond matter. And perhaps the most incredible thing isn't this. Perhaps it's the constancy with which these reports are repeated in ordinary homes all over the world, from cats that detect pregnancy before a test to cats that behave differently during their owner's anxiety attacks. They roll their eyes, meow strangely, climb onto your shoulder, lie on your head, or simply observe. Because the truth is, they know. They've always known. And now that you recognize this, you start to realize each story is a spark, an echo, a reminder that we are not alone, that our masters are here, purring on our chests while we ignore their call, busy with the rush of our days. But for those who see beyond, for those who listen from within, these stories are compasses. They point to a vibrant and sensitive universe where nothing is by chance, and where every cat is a possible miracle with a nose and whiskers. So talk to your cat today. Look carefully. It may be trying to tell you something, and maybe, just maybe, it's waiting for you to finally listen. Liked it so far? Are you ready to discover the karmic pact that links your soul to your cats for more than one lifetime? Like this video now and comment below. What has your cat done for you that seemed impossible? We are creating a community of seekers, and your experience can awaken something in someone else. Invite more people to understand what feline eyes hide, because the universe is asking to be remembered, and cats are the whispers of that call. Do you believe in destiny? In encounters that aren't exactly accidents but reunions? What if I told you that your cat may have made a pact with you even before you were born? Yes, a soul contract, silent, invisible, but felt in every look exchanged across the room, in every unexpected gesture of affection, in every moment where the silence between you says more than any words. In esoteric tradition, soul contracts are agreements made between consciousnesses still on the spiritual plane, before incarnation, with the goal of helping each other in their mutual evolutionary process. They don't just involve people. They also involve conscious animals with whom we have karmic ties that transcend species and dimensional boundaries. But what kind of soul would this be? How could someone form a contract with a cat? Simple, because cats are not someone's. They are entities, conscious fragments of the collective field of wisdom. Beings who chose to incarnate in small, silent, adaptable bodies so that their mission could be fulfilled effectively, to emotionally and spiritually assist the humans they connect with. There are philosophical lines that state, every animal that crosses your path carries with it a higher intention. But the cat carries specific missions. It usually appears at critical moments, when the human soul goes through significant ruptures, such as losses, traumas, illnesses, or internal reconstructions. Have you ever noticed? Many people adopt cats or are literally chosen by them right after events of intense pain. It's almost as if from beyond a kind of alert is given, as if your name, your pains had been heard, and someone on the other side of the veil said, "Send a guardian there." The arrival of this cat, then, is never an accident. It incarnates with the mission of sustaining, rebalancing, or accelerating your evolutionary process in that cycle. It may seem just a rescue or a coincidence of finding a kitten on the street. But know this encounter was planned, anticipated, contracted, and you can recognize this in small signs, a strong instant attachment, the feeling that you already knew it. It exhibits humanized behaviors. It disappears or dies when you reach a new level of consciousness. That's right. In many cases, when the cat's karmic mission is fulfilled, and that energy field has been restored, the cat leaves, it disappears, dies mysteriously or moves away, and then there's that pain, that emptiness, but also an intimate and almost inexplicable feeling that it fulfilled its purpose. It's hard, it's beautiful, and it's divine. Cats are ancient souls, and when they follow you life after life, it's because the connection between you is deep in a way we commonly ignore. As the mystic Hazrat Inayat Khan said, sometimes the soul of our closest companion takes unexpected forms. What if the soul that helps you sleep in peace today was once your mother, your daughter, your journey partner on another plane? What if, by purring on your chest, your cat is saying, "I've come back, I always come back"? So far, we've talked a lot about what cats do for us, about how they absorb, feel, and cleanse. But what about the other side? Have you ever wondered why, despite not seeming grateful, cats remain by our side, even when they're sick, even when they hide, hurt, and choose to be close to you? Because deep down, this relationship is reciprocal. It heals both, it transforms both, it awakens both. Yes, cats absorb our pain, but they also evolve through our affection, our presence, our vibration. It's like a cycle. They come to us on a mission of healing, and we, without knowing it, offer them lessons that, from a spiritual point of view, are of incalculable value. This is the point that many people ignore. Cats are not just therapists, they are learners, and we are an essential part of the spiritual growth of that feline consciousness. Just as they act in our awakening process, we help them on their journey toward full consciousness. It's beautiful to realize that at times it's the human who saves the cat. In homes where there is violence, abandonment, neglect, when a human chooses to offer care, love, a second chance, they become an instrument for the energetic restoration of that feline soul. Have you ever noticed? Rescued cats often change dramatically when they receive genuine love. They start to accept touch, they look with softer eyes, they sleep more peacefully, because they are finally feeling safe to be who they are. This is the point of spiritual reciprocity. We heal by healing, and they transmit their gifts by learning from us how to open their hearts. It is common, too, for the bond between human and cat to deepen when there are silent exchanges. One lies down when the other is sick. One watches over the other's sleep. One accepts the other's loneliness. There are no words, there is no obligation, just conscious presence. As if something on the soul plane is saying, I take care of you while you take care of me, and so we both evolve. And when this cycle ends or is partially fulfilled, the signs appear. The cat seems lighter. The human feels a different kind of tranquility. There is a feeling of mission accomplished. Both sleep better, they speak less and understand more. This dynamic is very similar to what, in the past, was called sacred care, the relationship where two consciousnesses are modified by coexistence, without explicit contracts, but with a vibrational alliance that the universe witnesses in silence. So the next time your cat sleeps on you, or simply appears out of nowhere and snuggles in your lap, think, what is it absorbing, and what is it feeling from you? Maybe you are teaching love to someone who, in other lives, saved you from an abyss. Maybe you too are, in the end, just parts of a cosmic dance that has been repeating itself, until you are both ready to evolve together. Take a deep breath. Look at your cat, or remember it now. Do you see it? Its form, the intense gaze, the silence full of meaning. Now look beyond. There is a being who didn't just come to keep you company. It carries within itself centuries of reverence, mystery, abilities that science is still studying, and an ancient wisdom that, today, whispers softly inside your room, inside your heart. How many nights did this cat sleep with you while you cried? How many times did it stay silent when you couldn't? How many pains were you carrying until it started to lie on that spot, night after night? It's time to understand, none of this was by chance. Your cat is more than a pet. It is a spiritual guardian, an interdimensional healer, a fragment of the wisdom of the universe, chosen to walk with you. Every purr, every apparent aloofness, every deep gaze is an invitation for you to finally remember who you really are, and what really matters. You are not here just to work, survive, accumulate things. You are here to heal and be healed, to recognize the sacred in the ordinary, to open your eyes and accept that the world is much more than it seems. The universe sends signs. Your cat is one of them. Will you ignore it, or will you awaken? Because if you've made it this far, it's a sign that some part of you already knows. It has always known, and it just needed permission to hear that inner voice saying, yes, it's here for something much bigger than you imagined. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this truth. Like, comment, say your cat's name in the comments with a emoji as an offering of gratitude for everything it represents. And remember, the next time your cat lies on your chest, close your eyes, listen to the purr, and think, maybe in this exact second a silent miracle is happening. Until the next awakening, namaste.